Okay, so we are going to work on some Anderson Powerpoles. They're not going to crimp well because this wire is what gauge, Jack, you think?
24.
Yeah, 24 gauge wire. So we're going to do a solder Anderson Powerpole. We're going to show you how K2JX, who is right here, and I'm N2PQJ, and we're going to just document this because I think the way Jack does stuff is pretty cool. So first he stripped the wire and doubled it over.
So
we have a little more. And we want to confirm that the tip is positive, which is the white stripe 99.9% of the time, but I'm just going to make sure. Yep. Our local fire department.
that's it.
That's it. All right, good. So we do know that the white is going to be the red power pole.
Sorry.
And I'm going to grab some two of the connectors and give them to you while you vise it up. So again, this thin gauge, Jack doubled it over, right?
Yep.
What kind of Weller?
I don't know. It's a Weller soldering thing. So Weller 1010.
Weller 1010. And what do you set yours at?
725.
725. Huh? So you use the little paste on the tip. Look how clean that tip is.
Yeah, and then you put it in here.
Right.
Like that. It cleans it right off.
Okay.
Then you go over here and you find the solder because I have a very, very nasty looking workbench. Because this is where the work gets done.
Now, what percentage is this solder? It's a.
I don't think it's a 60/40.
It is 60/40.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's industrial solder.
So you're putting the solder on the tip and then right onto the wire.
Yeah.
Do the same to the other one.
Yeah.
Heat the wire. And so we tin the wire.
Yeah. Now.
And there's your connectors there.
Connectors. And before you do that, you just kind of get a sense of how it's going to fit. Push it right. It has to stay right, no further than that. Because if you go any further, you won't get the plastic connector piece in.
Oh, from the
because
power pole.
it'll interfere, yeah.
Okay.
So just like that. Okay. And we will put some solder on that. And you don't need a lot. And it's going to move.
You are listening to the Huntington, Long Island, New York, 147.210 repeater.
That's it.
Wow,
It is maintained
nice.
by the Largfield Amateur
Very
Radio
cool.
Club.
Because if you pick it up now, you're going to brand it.
www.largfield.org for more information.
And that was our local repeater that was just IDing, the Larkfield Amateur Radio Club, to which Jack has been a member since 1977.
Showing my age.
I think what shows your age is your ability to do this correctly, because most of us don't do this the right way.
Well, I made a living doing this, so there is a difference.
Yeah. All right, there we go. And
Okay.
you see how quick Jack is on this. He doesn't really heat this up a lot. This is just
No, you don't need it. You really don't need a lot of solder. Just a dab. You want to do that like that. Well, might have got it.
Good morning. Welcome to the WR2ABA repeater system.
Moving around on you.
Well, yeah, because it's got Just have to put it like that. If you get any solder on there, it will not fit into the plastic when you do it this way.
Right, so that's why you're being stingy.
Yeah. It's gonna move. Let's see if that does it. Should have got it. You know, sometimes you can crimp it a little bit, just hold it, but then I find sometimes if you do that, it doesn't go into the plastic.
Right, right.
It's still pretty hot. Okay. That's it.
So,
Okay, now white is red.
correct. White stripe is red.
Okay, that's very important. Everybody always checks that first before they energize it in their radio. Right? Wrong. Including me.
Smoke test?
Yeah, it can be the light wire is worse than the big wire.
Ah, that click is a good sound.
Yeah. Just check this. If you have any solder on this at all.
Yeah, it's got to be clean on that top part.
Yep. If you have any solder at all, just, just remove it. A little solder splash. Okay. Obviously, power poles, they're really not meant for wire like this, in general.
There's our president on the repeater. Is this the volume check?
Yeah. You shut it off. Okay, so now what you got to do is you got to test it.
Test it one more time.
With the voltage.
Oh, so you have a battery set up?
I use it for that, but I can use it here too.
Oh, I see what you're doing. So the battery that's
Yeah.
running your radio, you're going to use to test?
Yeah, power supply.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Oh, I see you have it hooked up to this power supply up here. It's a
Yeah.
Daiwa
You know-
330W. I have one of those. That's a nice power supply.
Yeah, they're okay. They have bad regulators. That's the only problem. I don't use them on my rigs anymore. They're only for testing. They're good though. Not to say they're not good, but you got to watch the regulator. The regulator goes bad, you have a problem. Beautiful.
That's what you want.
And another way you can test it, you can do, you can do this. Okay, depending on the media that you're using. One of the ways to do this, to make sure, just for the hell of it. Take it like this.
So you're putting it reverse now?
Yep.
Okay. On purpose?
Yep. So I can hold it on there because this rubber thing, this is as old as me.
Why don't you put that in the vise and then you can...
Yeah, it's the same thing. I'll get
You
it.
got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just put this over here.
So now you're going reverse.
So now you see you get in reverse.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. And that is not what you want to see if you wired it correctly.
Right. The negative is... Got
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Okay.
it just shows you that everything is good. The whole loop. Okay.
Great. All right. Hope you enjoyed this, Jack. A couple tips on the soldering. So I saw you just put it away and didn't do anything to it when you put it away.
No, just regular plumber's solder paste. I like it better than this stuff. This is actually expensive too. K, or what do you call it? show you if I can get it. I haven't used it in so long. But that's the regular rosin.
Right.
And I don't find that it works that good. If you hit it with an iron, you know, gives off same amount of smoke. The only difference is, to me, it smells better. Oh, and you need one of these too.
Yeah, the wire Brillo.
Yeah, the Brillo. That'll clean it off good for you.
Right.
Yeah.
And again, your process is heat it up first, then dip it in the that you're using plumber's paste.
Yeah, right. You can buy this anywhere.
Right. And give it a little wipe off in the brush.
So it's always, and before you put it away, you do that too.
Right.
So it remains clean when you use it the next time.
Okay.
And you can, with these welders, don't cheap out and buy the imported tips, I guess you call them, soldering tips. Buy the ones for this, they're expensive, but if you buy the cheaper ones, they don't sense the temperature, and in other words,
it doesn't really get that 725 that you really
well,
want.
we get to 725, but the idea is when you have the right tip in here, when you stop using it, this automatically, it decompresses, you know, and it cools down.
Got it.
So you're not keeping 700 volt
degrees
on there all the time.
Interesting. Oh, it knows when you're active and using it.
Exactly.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I had
You
no
set
idea.
the temperature over here.
Got it.
You know, when you turn it on, you know, it'll automatically come up to whatever I have it set at. So
Right.
it's starting to climb now.
Right, I see the setting right here, 725 on the bottom.
Yeah, and then up is up and down is down, whichever you want to do.
Easy. Okay.
Yeah, this is probably the least expensive. There's other ones that have the knob and all that, a little more fancy. But for my use, which is getting a lot less as I age, so it's true. That was fine. You got to have that, though.
Very good. Thanks again, Jack. Give a wave to the camera. And we appreciate everything, man.